Hey guys, welcome back to this week's vlog. This year I'm focused on balancing my nervous system, finding natural ways to regulate my nervous system, and I had a crazy idea. Kind of woke up with a desire to get a cat. So, oh my god, my lips are so dry. Woke up with a desire to get a cat. It's been about a 7-day total process finding a cat and partnering with the shelter and all those things. This will be my first cat ever, and if you know me, you know that I don't really feel like I like animals, but the other day I went there with my friend to pick out the cat, and the way he was like rubbing against my leg, I was like, okay, so you want to come home with me or not? I'm almost at the PetSmart to pick him up and fill out all the paperwork and things. It's about 3 o'clock. So yeah, come with me to pick up my emotional support animal. I'm back out here getting the carrier. The lady that's been helping with the adoption is finishing some paperwork, so I just put together his little carrier. It's like collapsible, I love it. And I'm just gonna put his little toy inside that I got him yesterday. It's like all SpongeBob things. I want him to be very cultured, so this little Squidward I'm gonna throw in there. Yes, hopefully he likes it. I think there's some other things I gotta fill out, but I'm gonna head back in and get him.
This is your last time you get to go to your friend. Yeah. Okay, I know you hate it. I know. Look, I know, but look. I know. Hey, it's okay. You're okay, mister. Okay, that was a good, buddy. Good job.
We're just getting back home, and the ride, at first he was very talkative, and then he's like kind of chill. I think he's asleep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set up his area in my bathroom and kind of bring you guys along. I cleared out this area, so moved up my towels, moved the towels out. And here is like garbage bags, and so just having his cat stuff here, and then the litter box down here is the plan. I hope it can fit, but I'm just gonna be putting those things together. Okay, we're letting them out. Hello. Trying to see what that is. Come on out. There's food for you. Come on out. food for eating. It's definitely scared. Y'all, he was not liking me right now. He's very shy, so I just closed the door, left the food in there, his blanket and stuff, and hopefully he will get acclimated soon. Come here. I felt like a good way to wrap up the video is to just share my experience with the shelter that I partnered with to get Maximus, and also just the journey, also getting him registered as an emotional support animal. And so I just wanted to kind of talk you guys through that. It was easier than it seemed. Definitely want to walk you through the journey so that you could do it too. When I decided that I wanted to get a animal, I just started to do research, mostly like TikTok and like talking to friends who are pet owners or pet parents, and just seeing what their experience was, what kind of animals they have, like the care and things like that. I also took to TikTok just to get the perspective of different people's experiences as far as getting an animal for the first time. This is my first, I'm gonna say my first pet. All of my pets previously were fish, which I don't really feel like counts. I did have like a fish tank that was pretty serious with like an algae eater and things one time in life, but the fish has been the extent of my pet parenthood. And so having a four-legged animal is a bit of a different experience, a bit of a different journey. I got the idea from a friend to look up a local shelter just because I wasn't really looking to get any particular breed, or I wasn't really too picky with the selection. I really just wanted to get either a kitten or an animal that was like 2 years old or younger. And so those are really like my biggest specifications. And I know that I wanted to get a boy cat or some animal that was a boy. A male animal is what I knew I wanted. My research started with a rabbit, which there's only one rabbit shelter based in Metro Atlanta that I could find, and their application process was pretty strict. And as far as the stipulations for adoption, if you lived in an apartment, your leasing agreement had to say that the pet could be free roaming, and that just wasn't the case for me. My particular apartment, they are super forgiving as far as dogs and cats, but every other kind of animal, they are recommending that they be caged at all times. So although the rabbit idea just seemed so cute to me, I warmed up to the idea of getting a cat instead. That is where I discovered a shelter called Fur Kids. The application was pretty simple. I mostly led with already knowing that this animal was going to be my emotional support animal, and just really getting clear and specific about when I was looking to adopt and the age range that I was looking for. It seemed like kittens were kind of harder to come across, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't get a kitten, because I just feel like it would have been a lot of work for a new pet parent. Thankfully, thanks to Fur Kids, Maximus is spayed or neutered, and he was pretty potty trained. Even like that first day, the videos I showed you, him in the bathroom, even like those first days when he was just solely in the bathroom, knew exactly where the litter box was. We haven't had any kind of instance where he hasn't been able to make it there. He's pretty well behaved for the most part, definitely very curious. And I feel like in this season, I think we're like headed into our 3rd week of him being with me, and just like the cuddles and just how excited he is to see me every day. It's just so nice to look forward to. Fur Kids is the shelter that I used. It was about a 7-day process, and it wasn't until I went to one of the PetSmarts that they partner with and selected a cat that I really felt like got the ball rolling. That's when I really felt like the ball got rolling. Being able to add a name to your application will definitely speed up the process. From there, I want to say it was literally the next day they were calling me about coming to pick him up. And when I got to the shelter, I didn't show you like me signing the paperwork and everything, but they give you all of his shots and his medical records. They also microchip them, so that's really cool that's already built in. They even give you a free vet appointment at VCA, which was super cool, just getting that initial check to just make sure that everything with the medical records align with kind of the state that he's in now. So I felt like that was a huge benefit. They even gave out, apparently PetSmart has some like $20 coupon book, and I saved so much money that first day. I showed you my haul when I picked him up from the PetSmart. I got so much money off from this coupon book, and you get to use it all year long. So I definitely will be buying the book next year, $20 or not, don't care. It's an amazing value. The biggest turnoff for me with getting a pet has always been the cost, especially living in an apartment. It just seems like they want to just hit you over the head with all these fees. And I have so many neighbors that have animals and just always wondered, like, how the hell are they paying this money for all of these animals? And that is when I came across the idea of getting Maximus registered as an emotional support animal, and learning that in the state of Georgia, that waives all fees for the apartment. The apartment can't charge you anything for them. All they have to do is add them to the lease. You do have to get a document signed by a therapist. I'm gonna walk you through how I was able to do that as well in such a short time. I used a platform called Petable, and Petable is a online service where they partner you with a therapist to declare that you are in need of an emotional support animal. The initial consultation we had, I want to say, was about 20 minutes. Then from there, me actually getting Maximus and getting him home and being able to share pictures was when the doctor was able to send over the forms. Now, my apartment has a pet screening site that you have to go through and submit all the documents, and they needed additional verification from the therapist. That is a little bit of an extra cost with Petable, but using Petable was such a reliable experience. I would highly recommend it for anyone looking to get an emotional support animal or get an animal and not have to worry about being bogged down by the cost of your apartment. It definitely is a hack for sure. And I'm definitely in need, just like starting this vlog talking about finding more independence and my emotional stability. I feel like just me reflecting in my life lately, I relied a lot on others to manage my emotions, and I really just want to give that time and space to myself. And it feels crazy that, okay, you're like, you want to manage your emotions and then you add something else in, but the way that my mind has been like so quiet, just like having like someone else like in the house, or just having someone that'll cuddle up with you like after a bad day. You don't necessarily have to talk about it. He probably can't understand me. I talk to him sometimes, but there's no verbal exchange. Like, it's just vibes, and we're just like being there for each other. And so it's definitely brought a lot of calm and just really allowed me to refocus my mind on my confidence and being grounded in myself and getting closer to my purpose. And so I feel like in some weird way, Maximus has quieted my mind and just allowed me to really focus on the things that matter most to me, my loved ones, and my own well-being. So it's really allowed me in a weird way to be able to refocus on those things. I would highly recommend both Fur Kids and Petable. I would highly recommend Fur Kids if you guys are in the state of Atlanta. I don't know if the shelter is in other states, but find your local shelter and figure out the stores that they partner with and go there and pick your baby out. And that is how you will expedite your application. And then I also highly recommend Petable if you are looking to get your pet registered as an emotional support animal. If you've had an animal and maybe you are annoyed by the fees in the apartments, or you've ever had a time where you've been struggling with your anxiety or depression, like I know that I have, this is a benefit that you can use in order to just give yourself a little bit more emotional support. If you guys made it to this part of the vlog, I highly encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening to my journey, getting my first pet. I hope this inspires you to fight for your mental stability and your emotional well-being. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.